Today we are having our autumn-winter press days, and so what we're doing is showcasing the autumn-winter collection, so that's autumn-winter 13, for various fashion designers that we look after. So we look after menswear designers, women's wear designers, we also look after a milliner, and we look after a musician called Kate Nash, and we look after several fashion magazines. So we've got a silk and cashmere company, and it's actually called Silk and Cashmere, and they do extremely high quality pieces like capes lined in fur that are all made of cashmere. They also make scarves that are silk on one side, cashmere on the other. They have 140 of their own stores worldwide, and they're probably the foremost purveyors of silk and cashmere products on the planet. And then we also look after a menswear brand called Euphorik, which is kind of a contemporary brand that was founded by two gentlemen that used to work at Yves Saint Laurent. And the collection is kind of, it's quite contemporary, and it has a lot of different kind of unique detailing to it, and a lot of musicians end up wearing it. So we dress quite a lot of bands for Euphorik that end up in editorial shoots and videos and such. Then we look after Jada Hay, who is a eco-fashion designer. So all of her collection, which is quite a small micro collection, a lot of red carpet pieces, and they're all ethical and sustainable. And she was an actress herself, so she's quite used to dressing on the red carpet and making things quite special. Then we look after Eugene Lin, and he's a Singaporean designer that went to Central St. Martin's, which is kind of the world's foremost school for fashion design. So he went there, worked for a lot of very prolific fashion designers himself before launching his own collection. And this collection is called Cupid de Loc, and it showed at London Fashion Week. And the unique thing about it, it was based on Cupid, but a modern interpretation. So a lot of the clothing has Colt 45 bullet casings as detailing, which then follows through to the patterns, and then also kind of shattered glass patterns as if you were shooting a bullet through the glass. Very contemporary. Then we look after a lovely lady named Alice Palmer, and she's a knitwear designer. She was a finalist for Fashion Fringe in 2010, selected by John Galliano, and she is very well-known knitwear designer in the UK. She just did a big exhibition with Prince Charles at Somerset House, and she dresses quite a lot of musicians as well with her knitwear. And this season, she has incorporated fur and leather into her collection, which is called Lady Vengeance. And then we also look after a milliner called Alexandra Harper, and she is new to the UK, but not new to millinery, and a very well-known milliner on a global scale, and has just relocated to London, where we are rebranding her, and she has made a beautiful, beautiful collection, which includes spikes and PVC and leather and all sorts. We look after the Academy of Freelance Makeup, which is where you are right now, and the Academy trains kind of the next generation of makeup artists, and they also do the backstage creative makeup for catwalk shows in New York, Paris, London, Moscow, you name it. They're kind of the teams backstage that bring the catwalk looks together. We also look after the Untitled Magazine, which is a really beautiful biannual magazine that is produced in New York and Los Angeles. The new issue is called the Music Issue, and it has over 165 musicians and bands in it for this print run, and it's absolutely beautiful. I personally work with the WGSN Global Fashion Awards, and WGSN is the world's largest trend forecaster, and every year they have a Global Fashion Awards that, you know, it just celebrates fashion on a global scale and brings in designers, visual merchandisers, retailers, etc. from all corners of the globe to celebrate fashion at an award ceremony which will take place at the V&A Museum this October, on the 30th of October. So that should be quite exciting. We also look after Kate Nash, who is a very well-known singer in the UK. She won a Brit Award, and she's just launched her third album called Girl Talk, and it's really exciting because it's a new direction for Kate. It's a little bit punkier and a bit more raw than her previous material, and it's fantastic, and she's become a bit of a style icon, so it's exciting working with her. We look after Style Noir, which is the world's largest dark style magazine, so they're focused on quite avant-garde and dark, kind of the dark side of fashion, and they're the only kind of magazine that has successfully done that in the world, and we're getting ready to launch their very first debut print issue in May. So Forward PR is a primarily fashion-focused PR company, so we look after fashion designers, milliners, accessories designers, and fashion magazines, and the Academy of Freelance Makeup, which does a lot of fashion makeup, and Kate Nash, who we do her fashion PR. So it is all very fashion focused. We've been around for about 9 years, and yeah.